Waves for Water's roots are really in disaster response. It started 2013 in the Philippines during Super Typhoon Haiyan, when our global office responded to the disasters.
Yolanda went through, I think it was around October. It passed through Siargao in Del Carmen, and it was the first time that we experienced a very scary storm that we were not sure of how it's really gonna affect us.
I first found out about Waves for Water after Typhoon Haiyan, Yolanda, back in 2014, I believe. During natural disasters or disasters in general, water is really one of the basic needs that communities need. And generally, the source of water has been contaminated in some way, and it's difficult actually to bring in water because water is heavy, it's hard to transport. Waves for Water seemed like a great way for me to be able to bring something in to the community.
We ended up having initial access to the Waves for Water. Then it was during that time that we started sharing the opportunity with all of our 20 barangays, how we will be able to provide water, especially during at-risk seasons, during typhoon seasons, which is roughly 4 months in a year.
Back in 2015 to 2017, we have conducted a lot of disaster response initiatives with Waves for Water. Whenever there is a natural calamity, we'll always prepare to actually travel and respond to the needs of those who are affected 1 to 3 days after. We went to Batanes, Mindoro, Samar, Baguio, Tuguegarao, Isabela, and many more, crossing rivers and mountains, bringing these buckets and water filters to these communities.
An issue that was fastly happening after the typhoon was that a lot of kids started getting sick from the contaminated water. And we thought that Waves for Water was a perfect partner to deal with this, and it was really like a step foot of how we can continue a long-term collaboration with them.
So Odette was a very heavy part of our lives, but I think that specific event taught me how to actually change my perspective in helping. With what happened, I learned to actually work with the community immensely and intentionally by co-developing, co-designing, and co-creating different projects that they need the most. So it's not me deciding for them, but it's them deciding for themselves, and we are just here to assist them. So that is now how we work with the communities that we're working with, especially in the school and education. So after 2 years that the typhoon happened, we are more now open into more liberating programs that the community and the people that we are working with needs.
What's good with Waves for Water is that they have connections and partners on the ground. That is why it was very easy for us to reach these communities who are in need of clean drinking water access during natural calamities. We always achieve the goal to be one of the very first few responders on the ground to make sure we give the help that these affected communities really need.
At Waves for Water, we strive to be accountable to all the communities that we work with. That means we're not just about distributing systems and then just forgetting about where they are or what they've done, but really what we want to make sure is that we measure the health outcomes and the impacts that it's able to provide in the community.
Yesterday we visited a community in Baco, in Mindoro. Back in 2014, I believe, I sent 5 filters to the community. And so we went back to see how things were. And to my surprise, I learned that Waves for Water actually came back in 2020 to bring more filters. Hearing that story was inspiring to me, and it was something that you realize that even something small that you do can sometimes have a chain effect and do really good things for a community.
seeing how we are able to distribute that really fast, and that aspect of bayanihan really came in, because with a water filter it could cater to a lot of households, right? So just distributing it to the barangays and then showing them how they could work collectively together to really provide water for the whole town was something really inspiring to see.
Throughout the year, I believe that the Waves for Water's work with us is sustainable. Like, we are still using all the projects that they have been giving, starting from the water catcher. We still have the toilet that our students, the faculty, and the parents are using here in the school. And then lastly is the access to water through the tap stand of the community.
Waves for Water Philippines' commitment is to make sure every Filipino has access to clean water, because access to clean water is a basic right everybody deserves to enjoy.